stuck in Vermont.
A lot of people put ships in bottles. My method's a little different.
Welcome to Stuck in Vermont, brought to you by 7 Days and sponsored by Hotel Vermont and Vermont Tourism. My name's Ava Solberger, and we are here in South Burlington at the home and workshop of shipbuilder Ralph Preston.
Do I get bored? I don't know. I like building these toys. I guess it's the child in me. These are my toys.
Heave-a-ho, heave-a-ho, everybody drink up while you may. Heave-a-ho, heave-a-ho, while we're gonna sail at break of day. Drink away, while we sail at break of day.
Now that is a hunk of glassware.
When did you build your first model?
When I was about 8 years old.
In addition, Ralph was in the Navy in World War II for 2 years and also taught math at St. Michael's College for 30 years. And that whole time, he was building ships in bottles. Any idea how many ships in a bottle you've built?
Probably about 15.
He's 88 years old, although you wouldn't know it.
I have precaution. I'm 29 years old.
I know, you're the kid.
That's true, I'm his older brother.
Gee whiz. Bing! And the wheel starts going and I go, bing! My God, which one of the stories do you want? I turned my mother into the award money. The horses couldn't drag it out. I didn't realize I was talking to the captain. And I just told him to go to hell. Oh, wow. I could tell you those stories all night.
Where did you grow up?
Up in Lowell.
Lowell, Vermont.
Yep. There was a dirt road running from Newport to Johnson. And we lived in Lowell, which is on between there. My great-grandfather spoke English and Abenaki and French. My father had a repair shop, and the local farmers depended on him to keep their tractors running. He would take apart a junk car to get apart. And when he got gone, I'd go out and I'd take a few more pieces off. And then my father would go out there, just a minute. He was really quite tolerant of me about it. We were the first people in the town to have electricity. He got a gasoline engine, they call it a hit or miss engine, but that gave us electric lights. And that was life in Lowell before the Depression. I was still in grade school and I built my first ship in a bottle. I had a first grade teacher. When I asked her how do they put a ship in a bottle, either they put the ship in the bottle or built the bottle around the ship that kind of covers the waterfront. I gave them those two answers and she said no. So I concluded she didn't know either. My first one was a model of the Normandy, the French transport ship. I got a bottle and I put a tiny ship model in there. Simple, we cut it in two pieces, put it through the neck, glued the pieces together, and that was it. And then I read somewhere of where they folded the ship. I don't do it that way. I actually take the ship apart and rebuild it inside. Those tongs you saw, they go into the bottle and they put this thing together. If it isn't a challenge, I don't like it. People ask me why you don't get frustrated. I get frustrated as hell with this stuff. Kids ask me, how do you do that? Don't bullshit a kid, they'll figure you out. I built some models when I was on the ship. I was in the Navy for 2 years. I lied about my age to get in the Navy. Hey, there were thousands that did that. You swabbed the deck, you did crap details, you chipped the paint. I served on 4 ships. I served about 2 months on the USS Indiana. On the battleship there was a false bravado, wearing the mighty eye and all that sort of thing. Come off it. If somebody tells you some swashbuckling stories, they're probably bullshit. You got another ship model in mind? I always have another ship model in mind. Model of the Young America. Yes, I built that in high school. I love those clippers. They were fast. They're American-made. The people of this country should be proud. This country was just out of the colonial period. This ship is the Charles W. Morgan. It was built late in my college days. I think that took a little over 8 years. The ship was a whaling ship for 80 years, and the ship itself is in Mystic today. My model is in Germany, and it is, in their opinion, the most valuable in the world. Mr. Collins, a pilot on the first moon landing. He didn't land on the moon, he went around the moon. I built those 2 models for him, and so there was 4 and 6 or 10 pieces there, plus the base. I had a moon. Collins was a regular fellow, the kind of guy I could sit down and have a beer with. This is Admiral Howard's ship from the Spanish Armada. You'll learn a little bit about the ships. Those are turrets for the officers to hide during the battle. The Viking ship is in the Mariners Museum in Newport News, Virginia. It's got something like 50 sailors in it. That was a pain in the ass to build because I don't like doing figurines. I have the utmost respect for the Coast Guard, the men and women. I crossed the Atlantic on the Eagle years ago, just after I finished the model of the ship. If there's an emergency at sea, they're the people that get called. When one of these gets busted, there's a hell of a lot of work gone to. This is the Coast Guard's training ship, the Eagle, the one that was destroyed by the Vandal. He actually picked it up and threw it on the floor and then mashed it with his feet. Right there you can see this mast is kinked. This is a fairly good repair. I'll accept that. I won't accept that. I got to redo it. This will be strapped to the mast. The whole shebang will be straight. This has been going on for 17 years. It'll be my last reconstruction. Now that is where the Eagle is going when it's done.
I've been making bottles with him for quite some years, but the greatest thing about this is that I've really adopted a family member. So since that time, we've been great friends.
I'm essentially he's the brother I never had.
Whether you're stuck in a boat or a bottle, we will get stuck in Vermont with you again real soon.
Okay.
Does that work? Oh, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. You can go to Ralph's website.
Hit the bottle. Because he was a good Irishman. He'd gotten stuck down in Fiddler's Elbow. It's crazy, all right, I've been stuck in it.
Well, do you know the video series that I make that you're going to be in? It's called Stuck in Vermont.
Oh, yeah.
So people get stuck here, right?
Oh, they really do. Who's that?
I'm talking to the people in the TV land.